Give me a second, we'll get to that. Now let me quickly introduce the stream. Good morning, guys, and everybody watching. Peter's got a question. We're going to move to him just now, but in the interim, thank you for joining us. Go for it, Peter.
When I've created the flight plan through the VA website, what's the way to change it when you want to change it afterwards?
You have to go to the edit button at the top of the screen.
I must have overlooked that one. Okay, thank you.
Let me quickly put that on screen here for you, then you can have a look. Right, so if you give it a few seconds, you'll see at the top you've got load in ACARS, edit OFP, and generate new OFP. So the edit OFP literally takes you into SimBrief. Alright, so you go into SimBrief, and once you are done, you have to generate the new flight. Okay, once the flight is generated, you click on this green button at the bottom, download, update OFP, and close. That will close this pop-up window and put the new one into the system for you on the VA site.
Okay, great. That's very straightforward. Thank you.
Yeah. Alright, so good morning, Steve. Good morning, Andrew and Aeronox. Good morning. He says he's 450 kilometers from our destination. How do you pronounce Nantes? Because I read it, in my broken English, I see Nantes. How do you pronounce that in French? Is there a special way? Nantes.
Nantes.
So in Afrikaans, it's like saying good evening. That's the Afrikaans word for good evening. Nantes, goeienaand. See, good evening. Anyway, okay, Nantes. There we go. So we're going to fly from the Irish EIDW Dublin airport. Now we're going to go to Nantes. There we go. Okay, right. So we've done pretty much everything. I'm ready to go. Uncle John, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Alright, okay. Then, you know what I didn't do? I didn't fill in my AU. Let's quickly do AU. Get AU set up. And then we can push. Uncle John, in fact, if you want to push, you're welcome to go. Huh?
Thank you. I've just informed ATC.
Oh, yes, I see.
You're also quick this morning again.
Yeah. Do you want to fly with? I can wait for you a little while.
Yeah, I will fly with, but just go along. I will get at the end of the string.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to look at that later. Right, what else do we want? We don't really need anything else. Yeah, Peter, this happens when you freaking wake up 4 a.m. and then you sit and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait and then you can't wait anymore and then you start setting up everything and then you go, and then you're ready.
Yeah, that's why I'm lagging behind, yeah.
Alright, let's start our flight. Let's get the packs on board.
Yeah, that edit OFP feature in the VA is very handy. I was just thinking that it might be especially useful for that South American high altitude business where you might want to restrict your payload.
Yeah, things like that. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's brilliant, Paul.
Yeah, I mean you can keep pressing whatever button it is on the VA page until you get
where you want to be
close to what you want. But if you want to get it exactly as you like, that would be the way to do it, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's brilliant of you to put that into perspective.
That's a good idea, Mr. Paul, because you really need it.
Yeah. Aeronox, yes, the big black limo, there's a story behind the story. I used to use it. extensively at this airport, and then I stopped because people were making fun of it, and it grew old. And then this morning I thought, you know what, it's time to get the VIP treatment again. So that's where the limo comes from. Good morning, Giovanni. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, I think I was talking to Bjorn about restricting the number of passengers.
Yeah.
And I think the flights to, is it Spitsbergen, that island right up in the Arctic Circle? Whoever flies there restrict the packs, because the alternate is in fact your departure airport, so you've got to have enough fuel to fly all the way back.
Yeah.
So you can't carry all that weight.
Exactly. Yeah, so no, that's brilliant. I never thought of doing it that way, but yeah, thanks for that. That's brilliant. When we do the introduction of what we're planning, we'll mention it in there. We'll show the guys. I'll put it on the stream and so on. Just remind me if I forget, but I shouldn't. I think that's significant. Before start procedure.
Walk around completed. Before start procedure.
Oh, guys, before I actually go anywhere, I quickly want to check something. I just realized there is a query that I want to attend to. Now I need to remember.
Before start procedure completed.
Oh, that's too much.
Looking for some lighting.
Yes. I just want to understand. I was having a discussion with George the other day about the taxi light being here and available versus it not being there and available. So your first clue is when you use LED versus halogen. The halogen, the old system, still includes that taxi light there at the front landing gear. If you use LED, it's not there anymore. Okay, so it might still be drawn as... Oh, come on. No, it's not even there. It's taken away completely. See that? And the idea... Oh, wrong button. The idea is very simple. In the real world aircraft, that's exactly how it is. So what happens is when you use LED, the taxi light gets moved into the wing there. There it sits. Okay, then what happened was George was fiddling with the data refs and he actually started putting the bay lights in the wheel bays and so on. And strangely enough, I see there is a comment of it on it in the forum, you know, so I just wanted to familiarize myself so I don't speak nonsense when I speak to people. Alrighty, okay, so we're ready to go. I think this is all done. The last thing I needed is get the APU going. 1, 2, 3. Uncle John?
Yes, sir.
Which flight level did you get from Simbrief? Because I got 310.
I've got 310.
Okay, cool.
And I'm at 28 left.
Yes. And Aeronox, I've set it up to have my landing weight CG at 21.5 again. That's my favorite because it's really stable on landing then. So, FYI. Righto, okay, that is in place, that is now in place, and I'm going to do my broadcast. Let's go.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Alright, I'm not going to start the engine immediately because the APU needs to run a little while to get going.
Look at that sky.
Mm.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's not as freaky reddish brown as before. It's been worked on a little bit, but I think you can tweak it maybe a little bit better still. But I love these clouds, man. That's really nice. Start number 2 engine. I hope the APUs run enough now. We'll see.
Starting number 2 engine.
Yeah, looks like it's cool.
Operation complete. Set parking berth.
25 and 2.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
$25 and 2.
Alright.
Engine start procedure completed.
What do you see that I don't see?
No, Aeronox is asking a question, and I'm just ing.
What is a landing speed acceptable? Mine is often more
Flaps
than
5 set.
no, anything below 500 is acceptable. 500 and above is gonna knock your teeth a bit, but in real world, nah. What is not
vertical speed? Oh
Yes.
right, is that what he's talking
yes,
about?
yeah,
Okay.
must be vertical. There's no other thing I can think of. The thing that is not that good that we try and avoid is a too soft landing, because the weight on wheels needs to operate a couple of switches and, you know, things that need to happen. And if you land too softly, you're gonna skid, you're gonna kill your tires, you know, half-life them easy. And then also you might not get your speed brakes deployed, and a whole bunch of things can go wrong if you land too softly. So all these flight simmers that try and land at 0 foot per minute are kidding themselves.
200 is perfectly good. 200 feet per minute.
Absolutely.
Good morning, guys.
Hello, hello.
Also, Mr. Nico, also, I remember Sasso, Mr. Pilot Sasso told us that if you're too soft, you're going to break up the link system that holds up the brakes and the wheels. If you're too soft, you're going to break your link system.
Yeah.
So Boeing specs says a minimum of 150, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know that minimum spec because yeah, look, I mean, you know me, I try and go for like 150, 160, and then I end up at 200 or 500, you know, depending on the landing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
but we aim for something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Uncle John, I'm on my way to the runway.
I'm watching you.
Good, good.
I've got you on screen.
Okay, cool. And I've got you there in the front as well now. Uncle John, I think you need to go because then I can start counting my 3 minutes from here already.
Roger. I'll give you the shout up.
Sharp.
Toga.
Thank you. You see that, Mako? Yep, you're right. It's all part of this whole discussion. Hold a second. Alright, okay, so the reason I'm not sure where I am is when I usually come in from this way. Okay, just a little bit funny. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure completed.
The cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Stabilized.
Approaching. 3, 4. Approaching. Runways.
Beautiful sky.
Yeah.
On runway 28.
Right. 40 seconds, Uncle John.
Okie dokie.
Morning, Barry. Morning, Confused Dad. And Reggie, morning. Just checked in on Discord there, so you guys are all here. Right. See, Reggie's flying with. Excellent. Okay, hold on. Something else I want to watch. Now have a look at. Alright, so there we have aileron action.
On runway 28.
Alright.
On runway 28.
Oh, the 10 degrees business, is it?
Nope. I'm still. Wait. Let me show you.
There was a lot of nose wheel talk yesterday.
That's the story. So there we have the ailerons and the inboard speed brakes, inner speed brakes, whatever you want to call them. You can clearly see I'm moving it, and there is no movement on that tiller. Whereas if I use my tiller, so I'm saying again what I said yesterday, the tiller, because it's on a roll, is not connected to the ailerons in any way, shape or form. It has got nothing to do with that. There we've got the roll from the ailerons. There we've got the roll from the tiller. So the two are not connected. They've got no connection. If we look at our rudder, there I'm pushing the rudder. You see it's limited. What's that? 7 degrees, I think, limit, because of the design of the aircraft. And again, as I move it, there's no connection, no link to that tiller. So there is a misconception somewhere of what it is or what it's supposed to be. It is exactly as per the Boeing design. So what's going to happen now is when we get to approximately 50 knots during the roll, we're going to lose the tiller. Alright, and then we are then on our rudders and ailerons, and as the airflow increases over the surfaces, then obviously they will start to take over. See, there it's just stopped. There I've lost my tiller completely. I can turn it, I can do whatever I want, and now I must just keep it steady with my feet. You can see I'm using the feet at the bottom, but the tiller is disabled. It's doing absolutely nothing.
Just as it should be.
Exactly.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
You're going to love the colour of that sky when you get up there, Nico.
Excellent. Alright, Command A. Yes, I do, Mako. My tiller is set up on that axis, obviously, so it's a completely separate, different thing, you know.
Lights off.
So now, if I have to now configure a button to switch the tiller on and off, you know, it's going to confuse me. It's just going to increase the workload in a time that you really don't want an increase in workload, and it just doesn't make sense. The thing was designed to work like the real aircraft, and it does. Yes, sir, that's why I mentioned that. Unless you put the EFB setting on yaw, then you will have the full complement of whatever degrees it is, 85 or whatever, I can't remember.
Flaps up. And set. Approaching transition.
Exactly, Mako. Exactly.
Transition altitude.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Owen.
Good morning.
The Owinator.
Yeah, the Owinator.
Erwin, you can still join us because I'm also still on the ground.
Reggie's also still on the ground, so there's no rush, guys.
I see no route in the...
No, it's on my YouTube channel. Wait, I'll share it with you just now.
Oh, no.
Yes, Steve, give me a second. Let me get this simple.
I was just getting used to look in your flight roster.
What I'll do is I'll quickly put it in there for you. I'm a nice guy. How's that? I'll quickly put it in there.
Newsflash, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Daar's hy, Owen.
Ah, mooi, bedankt.
Okay. Flight number it's 2171. Damn it, let me just fix the flight number. Yeah, no, I did, sorry, I'm looking at this. 2171, that's it.
Just don't forget to start your ACARS, gentlemen.
Yes,
Reggie,
please.
hope you're listening.
Aeronox, depending on when you bought it, this is ES. There was an update a few days ago that's made it more bearable. This is the new version, and obviously it's still being worked on. It will get fixed with the next update. So just make sure that if you bought it like 2-3 weeks ago, it's time to go find the update. You need to update. I can't remember the exact day the update was released, but there's definitely an update, and this is way better than it was. One of the things that I've had to grow used to with add-ons like this, and I can go back to FS9, FSX, P3D. One of the things that even the Mighty Rex couldn't, get perfect is the sky colors differ between seasons. It differs between longitudes and latitudes. Alright, so what you are used to in France is not what we're used to in Africa. What we are used to is not what you're used to. And it always was a bit of a balancing game, because even if you used some of the presets and they would say, call it tropical or call it, dusty or whatever the preset name was, I always found that I used the one that was appealing to me, that closely or closest matched what I know from seeing, growing up in Africa. And I tell you what, it is vastly different than what it is in Europe or the US, to name two places. It is totally different. It's even different to what it is in Australia. It's just depends on where you are, and that's why you know, there's no such thing as right and wrong. It's a question of you like yours, I like mine, you know, and we go through the motions.
Good morning. My mic was muted. I just realised.
No worries. Welcome. I did say hello to you earlier.
Yeah, I replied, but
Okay, cool.
I've not had a cup of tea yet.
Okay. So now as you climb, I mean, you can see the red disappears much sooner than it used to, you know, so it's getting there.
What's your flight level, Nico?
3-1. Yeah, and we're coming in on runway 10.
IS-03.
No. Well, with the wind, it's not wrong. Again, it's not wrong. It's just that I chose 03 just during the planning.
It's easier.
Okay.
Yours is.
Have you changed the arrival?
No, I've always had it. Gave it to you first thing in the morning. It's always
03?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, when your temperature and your dew point reaches the same value, there's moisture. It's gonna be moisture.
So there wasn't an ILS chart in the EFB yesterday, Nico, of ILS. So it was impossible to make an ILS landing on the pass yesterday.
Okay, what we'll do for the benefit of the guys here on YouTube that didn't follow us in the week on Twitch, so we'll do another one of those flights this evening. We'll just maybe fly from La Paz to the next destination, somewhere high up again. So we run through the whole process of doing this hot and high extreme kind of takeoffs, you know, where your density, altitude, and even the airport is way above 10,000 feet. Then we can have a look at this, see if we can figure that thing out, maybe.
Yeah, good idea. That ATC guy in La Paz told me SLLP was also a nice approach.
We landed at SLLP last night.
Sorry, SLSU.
Yeah, SLSU.
SLSU, yeah.
So, Erwin, what was the story? You were told to Was it ILS Yankee or something? But it doesn't exist. Is that what you're saying?
In the EFB, you couldn't find a chart, a Jeppesen chart of the ILS. Only localized charts.
Yeah, I found it when I went to the actual airport. You know, in Navigraph charts, you click on the actual airport and it gives you all the charts, you know, approach, sit, star, whatever. I found it in there. You can't search it.
Okay.
It's not in the drop-down list. It's just, but it's there in that
Ah,
section.
okay. It's there. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's I need to learn that trick then.
Yeah, that's where I found it.
Pushing back.
Okay. This is actually beautiful. Look at this. The sunrise here above the clouds. This is magic. Wow. That's really, really nice. I'm taking screenshots. Loving this. Okay. Guys, excuse me for a minute quickly. I'll be back just now.
Erwin?
Yes.
You said there was this another airport, SLSO, is it? Or what's called?
I'll check.
1000 to level off.
1,000 to go.
Yeah, Sierra Lima, Sierra Uniform.
Ah, uniform, okay.
Or unicorn. Seems to be quite elusive.
It is. Either way, Navigraph doesn't have charts for that airport.
Ooh.
Oh.
Sierra Lima, Sierra Uniform.
Yeah, pity.
Right, I'm back.
How many flights did you say we've got in our database in the VA?
I'll have to look it up for you quickly. Give me a second. It's busy loading, Uncle John.
Thank you.
Uh, 4,450. I'm just rounding it off. I'm not going to count every single one, but it's about that.
Wow.
It's going to be a little bit more, and I'll tell you why it's going to be more. Is because the flights of the tours are not included. I'm simply reading the flight numbers. So the flight number is 4439, but we've got like 4 or 5 tours already. And those flights, I mean 10, 15 legs, they're not counted in there. So we're probably talking, 4,500 or more.
Yeah, that's what I would say, 4,500.
Yeah.
And if you can't find a flight in there to fly, then you got a problem.
Yeah. Oh no, there's a lot.
And I have to say, I like these tours of the VA. Really nice tours. Short and handy.
They're very popular.
Yeah, I think so, Uncle Jan. Yes, sir. I think so. It's some great work behind.
Toga.
Enjoy. Righto, so I'm in the cruise. It's the boarding time of the flight. There's no ATC yet.
25 minutes stop and descent.
Okay. I've got 29 minutes. 215. So while we are sitting here doing nothing, let's go for gold and start setting up.
Currently 1026, sir.
Thank you so much. I've got it at 1027, so I'll stick to my one because that's what's in my sim. Just FYI. Let me actually quickly refresh my weather and see where it goes to. Wow, we're here already. Right, so we're getting there. As we get closer to 100 nautical miles, I'll start doing the rest. That was a good start, but we'll do the rest later.
Nico,
Yes.
have you heard anything from Mr. Lubos lately?
Nope.
No.
No. He's probably busy with work.
Okay. We don't know what's happening on the next few updates.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll send him a message quickly.
No, I was just thinking about that pressurization issue we had yesterday at La Paz.
Yeah.
I mean, if you start up your aircraft on a high-density airport, you shouldn't have any issues, really.
Yeah, I'll speak to him about it.
Open the doors, I mean.
Yeah. I can see the theory behind it, but I can also see why the code should take care of it. So we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, just a suggestion.
Okay, send him a message.
I see you are a good pilot.
Hello, hello.
Not many questions this morning.
They'll have questions tonight, I promise you. If they come and watch tonight, they will see.
Well, I'm going to have to go very soon. Was there something I was meant to remind you of, Nico? Or is that for later as well?
No, that was for tonight as well, as far as I can remember. Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay,
Full.
well, I shall say ta-ra and see you later on.
Okay, see you in a while, crocodile.
Later, man.
Have a good day.
Cheers.
Cheers. Take care.
Yeah.
Where did you get that from?
I don't know, it just popped in my mind.
Very funny. Very
yeah.
funny.
You know, Paul and I go back years
I know.
already now. He's a great guy. I really have the greatest respect for him. He's a marvelous guy.
Absolutely. Very funny.
Okay, so what I've also done, for those of you that can't see in the development room, I just quickly gave a bit of a description of last night's flight to Zibo there. I would like him, on that note that you had earlier as well, to comment on the pressurization difference when you go to those high altitude airports. And then also remember, we got a pressurization warning when we started our descent. I don't think that's right. That's definitely not right. So I just want him to have a look at that as well.
Yes, sir. Great.
Ryan, thank you for the question. Yeah, today's flight is marvelous. It's excellent. No issues to report from my side. No one else is complaining about anything today. We do have a flight planned for this evening in South America, where we're going to use SLLP, El Alto, as a departure. And that airport last night when we landed there at the density altitude of 16,500 feet. So we're busy testing the pressurization and the bleeds off and all kinds of things like that in these hot and high conditions, to see that we can actually operate this aircraft there, which was fun. And there are queries about that, which is what we just discussed. But in terms of the rest, we good. We have a solid version in 18. I believe there are issues with the holds again, so just to take it one step further, but we know Zibo is working on it, so it's not a deal breaker. Thank you for the subscription. Nor Gardens, modding and modding and paint, modeling and paint. Let me get closer.
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, that's yours. Okay, hello Roger. Thank you so much. Nice for you to join us. I believe that's Uncle John there. It's amazing. Uncle John?
Yes, sir.
When I look at my ND, I can see you are at 40 nautical miles ahead of me, and it's so funny. The 40 of the range ring and your 00 of your altitude difference is next to each other, so it's like you're 4,000 ahead of me instead of 40. It's so cool.
Yeah, definitely not 40,000, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Cool. Hello, Pepka. Good morning. Good morning. Right, 28 is our course heading for final approach. We'll follow this one as usual. Keep it on the nose. We need to descend 3,000. Auto brake is on 2. Let's check that runway quickly. So 9,500 foot runway 2 should be fine. Otherwise, we'll just quickly step on the toe brakes. Right, next we've got 1027 on the Barrow for the local QNH. Then we've got 173 on the Barrow for decision altitude. We will be landing at a VREF of 146 plus 5. Right, everything else is perfect. No speed brakes at this time. ILS frequency set. We're ready for the descent. And there's the TD coming. Let me show you guys the following. So this is our Remo 1 Charlie is the green. That's the actual star. Looks like we've got a bit of a arc there. Let's actually go there. Let's have a look. See. Show. Yeah, so we've got a DME arc there. Then we're going to go on to our final approach. This is the ILS. And this is for a runway 03, and as you can see we're going to utilize the VOR, basically go out and then come back in. So let's have a look, see if that is what we have programmed. There's the arc section, then we go on finals. And it looks like we are good. There's our flyby of the VOR. Turning the teardrop basically and onto finals. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We can live with that.
Okay, to the breakfast table. Be right back.
Ja, geniet.
Dank u.
Well, John, according to my Indy, you're on top of the top of descent.
I've put the info in the box, the appropriate box. I'm already on descent.
Okay. Hey, Tyrone, welcome, welcome. Morning.
Nico,
Yes, Christer.
do you have any planned time for this flight this evening? So, I mean, for advertisement or something to announce.
Well, we usually do it at 1600 Zulu unless something happens, Christer.
Okay, 1600 Zulu.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Papino. Welcome, welcome. You see, we're flying to Nantes today, and we're hoping to get some cheese and wine there too now.
Can't wait.
Yep.
I bet El Bapino is standing in the terminal waiting for us.
Yeah, probably. Hi, John. Good morning. I'd really like to start the US tour. Oh, just finished Canadian. Well done. John, from experience now, we've tried it. We can't mess with a tour after it's been published. We had endless problems with one of the tours because we extended it. It was the European tour, and then nobody could finish it, and they didn't want to log the flights, and it was a whole mess. So unfortunately, I'm not going to go fiddle with it, because the amount of support it took to get that thing sorted was just crazy. We will be introducing other tours, and I mean, at some point in time we could probably repeat some of these tours, but in terms of the current fixed dates, it's not a good idea now from experience, to meddle with these things. Okay, I'll send Christer to come and say hi. He says he's not. Yeah, he's not quite there, but he's close to Toulouse, so he'll have to fly to LFBO to come and see him today.
No worries.
Okay, sorry, John. Yeah, if you can't squeeze it in, like I said, we'll have to rerun it or recreate it at some other point in time, man. William, diversion of runways is usually done at 10 knots. 10 knots or below, you can do a tailwind landing. 10 knots and above, you need to change. Some aircraft can actually do 12 to 15 knots, but 10 knots is usually. If you read the SOPs, let me show you quickly. Dublin, for instance. Alright, so if we go to your, where would it be? I think it's this one. Where do we find the taxi? There, in the airport briefing. So if you go to your airport briefings and you go and find the preferential runway system, each airport will be different, obviously. Then basically it tells you there, a 10 knot component or less on the tailwind will determine whether you use runway 28. Runway 28 left is the default runway in Dublin, and in EM you're going to have the same kind of a system. They will tell you that during these and these conditions, this is the runway, this and this condition, that's the runway, you know. So you'll have to familiarize yourself with the actual SOP of the airport. In Heathrow, for instance, they use runway alternation, which is more based upon time of day, coupled with your weather, but time of day seems to be the thing, you know. So the guys staying on the one side of the airport don't get the noise the whole day, and you know, they alternate. But that's the first consideration. Your second consideration is going to be obviously visibility, things like that. If you look at your actual ILS chart, for instance, your approach chart for that matter, it will depend on what is supported. Cat 3B, 3A, 2, Cat 1. I configured myself for a Cat 2 this morning. You'll see there I used 173, which is the Cat 2, because of the METAR and the report of possible precipitation, because we've got a match in our temperature and our dew point, you know. So I'm just trying to be cautious. So you'll have to see whether you can legally land on a runway due to the visibility and what, you know, instrument system or approach system is available. If, for instance, let's say for instance we did not have a Cat 3 and a Cat 2, and we needed to use 273, but our ceiling was like 60 feet or 100 feet, that's clearly a violation of the rule. You can't land there. Now in the simulator, we cowboys, we do things like that, but in real world, you know, it won't happen. The other thing to look at is on the radar, red is dead. That's what we were taught way back in the day. Red is dead, so you don't fly into red areas. Doesn't matter where you are, whether it's during the cruise or the approach, doesn't matter. So always remember that red is dead. Stay out of those ones. And then it's, you know, common sense. If you feel you can make it, and like I said, it's a simulator, go for it. Otherwise, you know, read up about it, see what they actually prefer at that runway or that airport.
Yes, sir. Most large airports have those kind of conditions.
Yeah. Yep.
I live closest to Copenhagen myself.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the 2-2 lift.
Yeah, the default
as
runway.
a default standard runway arrival. Also on the condition below 10 knots of wind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the kind of things that flight simmers don't generally take into consideration. You know, when we get into the more advanced kind of training and things and so on, you know, you get into this, and then you understand why some guys on VATSIM or IVA or one of these networks will really get angry with other guys because they don't follow the rules. You know, they just land where they want, when they want, how they want.
Yeah, that's true, Nico. But I also believe that the sim is evolving so much, so it's going to be needed to read about the airports more and more.
Yes.
In the new X-Plane 12, for instance, I strongly believe it will be almost impossible to do a cowboy landings.
We'll have to see. We're going to try it, Christer.
Yeah, sure, we're going to try and play, of course. Yeah. But if you're going to fly in a serious manner, I don't believe it's going to be possible in X-Plane 12.
Yeah. You've mentioned the key word there, serious. There are a lot of guys that are very serious when it comes to flight simming, and there are obviously a bunch of jokers as well. You know, so it all depends again on how serious you are, how well you want to simulate flight, or whether you're going to treat it as a game.
Yeah, of course. But if you, like we do, we fly for a VA, we try to stay as serious as possible as we can.
Exactly.
But when we train and practice, well, that's another story.
Yeah.
That's when you become a cowboy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I really like your Cook Sister turns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Mako, we're waiting patiently to find out all about all of these new things. We'll see as time progresses. We'll see.
Yes, Mr. Marco, I believe so, but I also believe that Laminar will not change the flight model that much, but all the objects, you can't fly through any buildings anymore, and you can't fly through trees anymore in X-Plane 12. And that's the big change, I believe. Because if you fly through trees in the next version, you're going to crash.
But have they announced also when they're going to release the new X-Plane? No.
No.
No, not yet. But there is a lot of discussions and a lot of debate about the new versions. And what I've seen on the releases of the new trees, the moving trees, for instance, that means you can't fly through them. Because if you do, you crash.
Yeah, they must just not bring in crash boxes and things like FSX without allowing us to switch it off. That's going to be a problem, because if you start flying online and you go through a crash box, whether it's real or not, it's going to be a problem. I mean, we still have guys flying FSX that crash out every day because they've got, the silly notion it makes it more real to have the crash boxes on.
Yeah. Well, then how it's going to work out and such, I really don't know. I really don't know. The only thing I'm quite certain about is that the sim world is going to be more and more realistic to real life.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And that's what I'm really certain about. But other than that, in detail, we don't know. In details.
I'm sure there'll still be an option to turn off collisions and things like that.
We hope so.
Probably, yes.
Hello, Kevin.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Uncle John.
Good morning, Kevin.
Your standard pressure is asking to be swapped over. There you go.
Bless you, sir. Never spotted that.
Yeah. You're on freaking finals already.
I'm on finals, sir.
Wow.
But I do vectoring.
Approaching transition.
Yeah, I didn't watch you before now. I only opened your screen to see now.
Good morning, Mr. Kevin.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Reggie.
Good morning, Kevin.
And Krista and everybody else who's here.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Oh, we got a nice lake to go over.
I see. I haven't landed at this airport in ages. It was about time to come and visit it again.
Yeah, I like it. I come here occasionally. It's a nice little airport.
Mm-hmm. There's Uncle John. I was looking for him. Screenshot. There's the airport.
It's behind you.
Yes, yes. Yeah, the teardrop back. We had your visual, Uncle John.
Excellent.
Transition level. Flaps 1 set.
Right, there's Uncle John landing, gentlemen. Nice landing, Uncle John. I'm turning base now, and then finals will be landing shortly.
Flaps 5 set. Thousand to level off.
1,000 to go.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Mako. No performance loss is a big story. It's a big, big, big thing.
Localizer capture. Glide slope capture.
I got you, boss.
Awesome.
Flaps 15 set.
$2,500.
Speed brake, auto brake.
Flaps 30 set.
Okay. Go around altitude. 4,000 and final approach course and heading set.
I do believe that's the first time I've ever landed here.
Okay. I used to love this airport in the old days. Don't think I've ever been here in X-plane. This is my first X-plane landing, I think.
I like it.
Yeah.
Have you got the scenery for it, Nico?
Yeah.
TDG, really good.
I don't know if TDG made it. I put some scenery into the freeware this morning. That's what I've got.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'll be honest with you.
I have a problem.
1,000.
Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. That's why. Call me fast asleep. I figured out what I was doing now. I was pulling the wrong lever. Oops.
Approaching 03.
I know. This looks nice.
400. 100. Approaching minimums. 100. Minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed breakup. Reverse unlocked.
195, gentlemen.
Nice landing, sir.
Nice, Nico. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Knots. Yet.
4,000
Brilliant landing.
remaining.
Nice one, sir.
Thank you, Linda. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Thank you, guys. Thanks. One. Oh, come on, man.
After landing procedure completed.
Thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. 1, 2, 3. Before we continue, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, brilliant freeware airport. The link is in the description below the video, guys. If you click on show more, I've got the freeware and the payware listed. This is the freeware
Flaps
one.
up. And set.
Uncle John, did you get the scenery? Because you seem to be parked wonderfully.
No, this is ordinary scenery.
Default.
Yep.
Right, I don't know why, but I'm kind of thinking, in hindsight, I'm one yellow line too quick here. There we go, that's better.
Hello, boss.
Yo! Brake set. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Hello, Uncle John.
Hello, sir.
I need to go, Mr. Nico and fellas. Thank you very much for
100%.
streaming.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Catch you later.
See you later. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, Krista.
Those links, Nico,
Yeah.
keep sending me to the payware.
Did I put both? Hold on. I can't see why I would have done it.
No,
but,
no,
you know.
no freeware, just
Procedure.
payware.
Hold on. I
John,
might
I
have.
think you've already got this freeway in there because I've already got it, so we must have flown here before.
Hold a
Okay,
second.
well, it's news to me because I don't recognise any of it.
Explain LFRS. Sorry, Uncle John. I see I put the actual store link twice for some reason. Don't know why I did that. Sorry guys,
Okay.
I'm busy updating it, so I'm going to paste it in now, and then you just need to press Control and F5 to get the new link. Okay, hit Control F5 and then try the new link. It should be in now. So there you go. So nice big. Okay. Well, let's see how far the other guys are. Oh, they still a way out. Reggie and Peter, no, they're not that far out. I was looking at Owen. No, they're not too far out. So I'm going to wait a minute or so for Reggie. The other guys are going to be a bit long to wait for, but we'll wait a minute or so for Reggie. He's on his way. Okay, so while we're waiting, please remember tonight, you know what, I've got a good mind of doing the exact same flight that we did last night, because then we can test everything and make sure that everything that we spotted is exactly what we report to Zibo, and then we can also test that ILS frequency thing again. Okay, so we're going to use
I would appreciate that, Nico.
Yeah, so we're going to do from SPZO to SLLP. Right in the Andes, high up. So guys, if you want a challenging flight, come do that one with us. I'll talk you through it, so don't get frightened. We'll help you as far as possible. But I think it's a worthwhile training exercise as well to understand how the hot and high conditions work and density, altitude influences and things like that. So 1600 Zulu is the plan. You'll see when I list it here on YouTube, you know, to get your reminder. Bye Peppino, stay well.
You're going to put it in your flight roster, Nico?
Yes. I'll put it in there.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
I've just checked, Kevin. I haven't got it.
It comes under A, Airport, LFRS, Nantes, Atlantique.
Repeat that again. It comes up airport.
Yeah, it starts with the word
airport.
airport.
Starts with the word airport. Sorry, Nico.
You're spot on. You're correct. Thank you.
Uncle John?
Yes, sir?
Do me a favor, just Alt F4 quickly. I just want to see, because yes, it does look right, but yes, also it does not look right on your stream. Just go outside. I just want to see outside quickly, please. Yeah, Alt 4, yeah. Just lift it up, okay? Swing around a little bit so we see from my perspective. Go stand behind my aircraft. Oh yeah, no, this is it. This is the same as me, Uncle John. This is the right scenery. You got it already. That's it. Definitely. Same one. Yeah.
Bless you both.
Okay. There's Reggie's lights already. Go Reggie, go Reggie. If you can't do it, no one can.
Oh my.
We're waiting for you.
All eyes are on you now, Reggie. No pressure.
Come on, Reggie. Come on, Reggie.
I might even do a photograph with Reggie if he gets in, all right?
coffee time, John.
Oh, you're right. Yes, okay. He'll be another half an hour yet, won't he?
No, he's right here, man. Gee whiz. Right, this is the flight for tonight. T8 4377. I will put it in the roster. We're going to fly from Cusco down to El Alto. That's over 10,000 feet there, and that's over 13,000 feet there above sea level. So if you guys want a challenge, and trust me, it's a challenge, and you come join us tonight, you're going to enjoy it a lot, I promise you. And you'll learn a lot as well.
You know, earlier you said something about crocodile, Nico.
Yeah, see you in a while,
As
crocodile.
kids, we used to say, meanwhile, crocodile. See you later, meanwhile, crocodile.
Okay. Yeah, we say either see you later, alligator, or see you in a while, crocodile. That's how we have it this side of the pond. Renee showed me a picture this morning of a crocodile, alligator actually, not a crocodile, alligator that was climbing a fence because it was in his way of getting to and from wherever he wanted to go to. I think that's what triggered the whole thing. It's stuck in my subconscious now that I think about it.
I told you it'd be half an hour. I've made me coffee and sat back down with it.
Reggie, don't listen to him.
He don't, anyway.
You good, man.
Practice, practice, practice.
Ah.
Not listening, not listening.
Yeah, it's registered, Kev. It's registered. I'm loving these new lights from George.
Oh, yeah. He sent me a file through the night. You know, I forgot to look at it because I was sleeping, and then like 2-3 a.m. I looked at it. So, okay, well, I'm just sleeping again. I'll have to go check it out.
Is that the new motorised window wheels?
I have no idea. I have no idea what he's giving me. I just saw a file come through.
Nice landing, Reg.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that, as we say. So you guys go enjoy yourself. We'll see you guys 1600 Zulu for the challenge there in the Andes. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy it with us. Bye-bye for now.
Just wait till he parks up next car so I can get a pic.
Okay, I won't disconnect, but I'm going to stop the stream quickly, Uncle John. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.